Hey, good morning. Just a short video here. Got my little buddy here too, if you can see. Hey, where you are. There you are, kitty cat. This cat likes me. What can I say? So, here's what I got to say. There's an awful lot of stuff coming out about Maui and burning up and comparisons to Paradise, California. And everybody thinks the government's doing it. I really don't think it is the government. You know, there's a perfect example in the Bible with Elijah and the wicked priest and how they built his giant moat. They filled it with water, two of them. And there's a little competition going there. And the wicked priest, I think there was like 400 of them, were to call down their god, and he was going to burn up that moat and all the timbers that were in there, and they filled it up with water. And anyhow, they went on and on and on, and Elijah actually made fun of them and said, maybe your God is sleeping somewhere. So when they got done, Elijah goes over and calls upon his God. And of course, we know the history and the story, and you know, there's this fire came down, this way it was described, and burned them all up. And Elijah actually said, nah, I want a lot more water on them. So they put way more water on them. And this fire, which, I mean, I don't know how else they would describe a direct energy weapon as anything but fire, came down and, you know, lapped up all the water and burned up all the timbers. So there is a perfect example found in the Bible, and that's one I can think of offhand. There might be more. But anyhow, most people say things like, well, it's got to be the government because, okay, kitty cat, this is my show. You can back off. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Meow. So I got a couple of these cats now, and they like me. So because they say because the government's doing it because they're buying up the land and they're going to use it for something else. That's, you know, what happened in Paradise. Okay, if you all remember, maybe you don't, but there were some journalists that went into Paradise at the fire, or tried to go into, and the National Guard wouldn't even let them in there. And so they end up talking to a lot of people in the surrounding areas, and the people in the surrounding areas says that was a cesspool of filth. Terrible things were going on in Paradise, California. Now, let's take a look at Maui, or just, you know, those islands here. And not everybody is involved in this, but interesting enough, when the wicked rule, the people mourn, you know, and if you understand the word wicked, wicked means self-centered. That's all it means. If you do some research, you'll find that out. And righteous means right use of knowledge. So you're doing the right things, you know, holding your government accountable would be the number one thing, but also many other things, you know, to bring to pass righteousness. You should be doing these things. So anyhow, there's going to be innocent people that are killed, you know. It's just kind of the way it goes, you know. But anyhow, those islands have been some of the most liberal. They vote liberal every time, Congress and senators. And if you watch these congressional meetings, listen to these people. I mean, they're unbelievably leftist, liberal, socialist, communists. So it's not a big surprise to me that God would send a message and burn Maui up too. And again, I want to emphasize, I know that there are innocent people that get caught up in this. It's just the way it is. You know. Okay, over and out. Oh, not quite. Um, yeah, the adversary, the devil, always takes something that God does and turns it around to benefit them. And this is historical. It's always been that way. That the adversary will take something that God has done and turn it around, take advantage of it, try to take, um, well, just take advantage of it every time. You look at the original church that Christ set up, and look what happened to it. Uh, it goes on and on and on. One of my favorites is the Masons. That was, they were the original stone cutters that built the temple under Solomon, and when they cut the stones, they put the endowment in the stones, so that and this is, they always did this. Hieroglyphics. Look at the Egyptians; they always did that sort of thing. So it was very common because they wanted it to last. Okay, now over now. Bye bye.